It's been a long, drawn out day and hours up here. And I understand there are members in here who are probably frustrated, who are tired, who are ready to go home, and who are thinking about their families at this time. I too am thinking about my family right now. And unfortunately, there are things up here that I was fighting for today, that I was speaking about, things that many of you in here will never have to think about, things that many of you in here will never have to be concerned with, things that many of you, it's never even crossed your mind to even think about these things. And when I went to the College of Charleston, when I was in school, there were many experiences and things that I had to deal with that a lot of you would never have had to think about or deal with. Like when I was in Charleston and somebody riding down the street with their Confederate flag on their truck decides to scream the N-word out the window. And I had to find somewhere to go speak to somebody to confide in them about what has happened or what's going on. There are things that happened to me down there where I was denied entry into certain social functions because I looked like what they said, a local. These are things that you all have never thought about and have never had to experience. These are things that I've discussed here today. And I hope you all understand that with these being things that I have to think about not for just myself, but for my children and for my grandchildren. These are things that I'm trying to make sure that my family does not have to experience when it comes to them going to higher education in the state of South Carolina. See, I truly believe that we all have the best intentions. I truly believe that we all want to get to the same destination, but we all have different pathways to get there. And if I offend anybody today, I apologize, but I want you all to understand where my passion and where my speaking comes from. It comes from experience. It comes from these experiences in which I've had to be that person where I'm the only African American in my class speaking on behalf of the entire African American community. Many of you have never had to do that, to speak on behalf of an entire population of people. I have. When I had to go see Dr. Willette Burnham down there at College of Charleston to say, listen, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. And Dr. Burnham, a black woman down there at the College of Charleston, who sat me down and watched me cry in front of her, and she did not judge me. She listened to me cry. She listened to me explain about the experiences of my life and about my environment, my upbringing, my different social dynamics. And she said, Jermaine, we're gonna help you get through this. When I sat down there in the dean's office of Miss Evelyn Nadell, and she said, Jermaine, listen, we are here with you. We're gonna make sure that you're supported. We're gonna make sure you're successful. We're gonna make sure you get through these things. You see, because the school that I came from out of high school, my teachers bet my basketball coach $1. He bet him $1 that I would not be able to last 1 year at the College of Charleston. He bet him that I would not be able to last 1 year at the College of Charleston. And had it not been for the Multicultural Center, had it not been for the Spectra program, had it not been for the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, the individuals, the members in there who took me under the wing to talk to me about things about inclusion and equity and diversity, had it not been for these people in these institutions, these programs at the College of Charleston, I would not be standing before you today. And I cannot allow this to happen without a fight to prevent others who are going to come behind me to get these opportunities, to be afforded these opportunities to sit in front of a Dr. Burnham, to sit in front of a Miss Nadell, to sit in front of these individuals, to have these same opportunities that I've been afforded. We're going down a dangerous pathway here, where we're gonna be limiting the amount of Jermaine Johnsons that can come out of an institution like the College of Charleston. We're gonna be limiting the amount of Ty Rutherfords that can come out of the University of South Carolina. We're gonna be limiting the amount of Cambrell Garvins that are gonna be able to come out of Winthrop University. We're going to be limiting these opportunities. We want to increase these opportunities because I truly believe in the diverse thought and behaviors and just actions of everybody in here. Again, all of you in here know I respect you. Every last one of you in here knows I will come talk to you, whether you're in the Republican caucus, the Freedom caucus, the Democrat caucus, whatever caucus you want to make up. I will stand outside and I will talk to you. There's plenty of bills that I've signed on with you all who are a part of the Freedom caucus, the Republican caucus, because I truly believe in making South Carolina a better place for my children and my grandchildren. You all know that. So again, my fight my discussion, my speech here does not come from a place of malice. It does not come from a place of dysfunction. It doesn't come from a place of division. My speeches and my talk comes from a place of unity, of bringing us together to make sure that everybody feels comfortable and welcome in these institutions of higher learning. We want everybody to feel welcome, not just your children, not just my children, but our children's children. Because you must understand and believe that our children are watching. And my daughter is proud of me every day that she sees me coming up here fighting for her future. My family is proud every day when they see me coming up here fighting for their future. And we must take all this into consideration. We've got to think about these things, the unintended consequences that will come from this bill. What is going to happen? Will we be prepared to come back up here and take this up again to say, you know what, maybe we got it wrong that time. Can we fix this? Can we discuss this? And these are some of the things that I try to prevent when I say, you know what, let me go meet with my colleague Josiah Magnuson. Let me go meet with my colleague Shannon Erickson. Let me go meet with my colleague Tim McGinnis. Let's try to fix this before it comes out like this, because I understand your intent. I understand where we're trying to go as a state. But we cannot go to a place of higher without receiving additional diversity and individuals to be a part of the entire process. We have to include everybody. Everybody's voice must be heard. Everybody's opinion must be heard. Everybody's viewpoint must be considered. It does not mean that we have to agree, but let's come to a place of understanding where we can all be included in what we're trying to do. Because that's what diversity, equity, and inclusion is. It's including all of us. Because I value your opinion. That's why I ask you what your opinion is. I value who you are individually. That's why I spend time with you. That's why I ask about your families. That's why I want to know who you are. I want to know what your upbringing is. I want to know where you came from. Why do you think the way that you think? What is the point of me sitting around with a bunch of people who just say yes all day? There's no point in that. I want to spend time with the people who are saying no. Well, why did you say no? What happened in your life that makes you say no at this point? Because I want you to understand what in my life made me say yes. And then when we can come to some conclusion and we can say, you know what, I'm saying yes and no, you're saying yes and no, now we've come to a place of understanding. And you can understand where I'm coming from, I can understand where you're coming from, and with that we can make South Carolina great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.